All right, I am back. I've been on hiatus for 3 weeks, visiting family up in Pennsylvania, but I'm back at it, and unfortunately I don't have a lot to show this week. It'll be a short one. Just got back into town yesterday late afternoon, and I'd unpacked the car, get everything set back up at the Quonset hut, the electric, the water, unlock all the doors, go grocery shopping, all that nonsense. But today I did get something done, and I'll show you. Was my little side project for the lighting that will go on the front of the Quonset hut. Not quite ready for it yet, but I'm making progress on this little side project. So let me go in and I will show you what's going on. Let's turn this around. All right. So I believe that you've seen this before in a video, but this is the smallest of three, actually three on each side of the opening of the front of the Quonset hut. I call them light bars, and they will be vertically mounted on the front of the building, and they'll have these little LED lights shining towards the front of the building. So if you're standing in front of the building, it will be sort of reflected light or hidden light up against the building. I had no idea how this is going to look. Maybe it's going to be terrible, I don't know, but hopefully it'll turn out as it looks in my mind anyway. So what I did was I had cut these beams. Again, this is the smallest. This small one has 2 lights. The next bigger one is a foot longer, and it has 3 lights. And then there's one more that's even longer than that that has 4 of these little lights in it. And while I was in Pennsylvania, I knew I was going to have access to a drill press, so I could drill these holes for the lights very nice and squarely into these bars. So I got all those drilled, but then I needed to route out behind these little LED lights, and I needed a channel to run the wires. You can see the wires coming out. It's going down through this pipe to this wire, to this light, and this light connects to that light, and then this comes up. And so these wires will run through the building and will be powered from inside the building. But let me get the drill driver here and unscrew this. So let me see if I can do this. Oh, wrong type of screw. Hang on one second. All right, sorry about that. I was trying to unscrew these construction screws with a Phillips head when it really needs the Torx head. So that wasn't working very well. Anyway, so I ran this piece, these bars, through the table saw and cut off like just slightly more than 1 inch here. So the lights, these little LED lights, they're only 1 inch deep, and they fit perfectly in these holes. And then I created a channel for the wires. So the light will be here, the wire will come in here, go to a light here, this light connects to the next light in here, and then this light will take a wire up and through and out. So that's how I'm going to hide the wires in these. Now, because of the kerf, you actually lose a little bit of material between these. These don't exactly match up, so I'm going to have to somehow cut it down a little bit and fix that. But that's no big deal. I just quite haven't figured out how I'm going to do it yet. And then I had drilled these holes with the screws prior to slicing this thing, so that I knew that they would line up absolutely perfectly after I did the slice. And then for routing out this channel, I created a little jig over here. So all I do is I stick this into that and then crank down these clamps on either end, and then I can just run the router up and down. It only takes 2 passes to cut this whole channel out, and these keep me from going outside the bounds of where I want to cut the channel. And that's about not quite 3/4 of an inch, a little more than 5/8 of an inch deep. That's plenty for what I need. So let me, I'm going to open the other one and I'll show you how the wires sort of sit in that channel. 1 second. Okay, so I just broke apart this other bar, and you can see that this connector, which will feed into the inside of the Quonset hut, travels through this little pipe, this black pipe, into here, slide into this channel, and then connects to this light, LED light here, and this just kind of wraps around, connects. There's a little connector that connects it to the next one, and then it goes up in this channel and out through that pipe there to complete the circuit on the inside. Now, all of these lights I'm planning on connecting together, so they'll all go on at the same time. So it'll be one converter that turns them all on simultaneously. So I got a lot of little connectors to hook up both inside here and inside the building. All right, so let me just put this back together and I'll show you kind of how it mounts on the outside of the building. All right, this is going to be a little tough to do one-handed, but let's see if I can hold this up. So here's the front of the Quonset hut, and there'll be 3 of these light bars, small, medium, and large, and they'll be mounted vertically onto the front of the building. So this one will be the largest or tallest, will be closest to the opening, and the middle one, and then this, the small one, which will go basically like that against the building. See if I can get there you go, just like that. And then of course it's going to be painted. It'll be painted the red color, same as the little roof there. And then the lights just shine back towards the building. So, it's heavy. And these pipes, they'll get screwed into backing plates, just like I have here. I'll put them in here between these studs to hold it. And that's about it. Yeah, I'm making progress on this, but I'm probably going to put it aside because now that I'm back here, I've got some other more important things to do. But yeah, that's how I'm going to construct these outside lighting bars. All right, well, that's it for this week, and I will see you next week with a full week.